Hi again, this is Dr. Mafi. I'm teaching English and I love doing it. And today's lesson is about comparison. In one of the earlier videos that you can refer to on YouTube channel, we talked about the way we can compare objects, people, and so on and so forth. There, in that video, we talked about, in very short, the basic forms of the adjectives and adverbs, and then we had the comparative form and the superlative forms. Whether you're comparing two or more than two, like three and upward objects or people or animal and so on and so forth. But today's lesson is about the same or as a structure. You might have seen it in some text or might have heard it in some movies or animations. So let's focus on this today. This is the structure generally, and I try to gather it or everything as you can see here on one page. As you can see, we have, as plus adjective or adverb, and then plus as, and then the rest of the sentence again, okay? But when do we use adverb and when do we use adjective? That's again in another video that we talked about the 95% of English, right? We said there that if we have two kinds of formulas in English, all of in English, right? One of them includes the linking verb, and after the linking verb, we use adjectives. And the other formula or the other structure, it doesn't use a linking verb, so it's a non-linking verb, right? There's a chance of seeing the adverb in the sentence is a lot, is high, okay? So we use either adjectives or adverbs, but adjectives after linking verbs and adverbs after non-linking verbs. That was the subject there in that video, okay? You have to mix it up here. So when I use an adverb as, it means that there must be a non-linking verb before it. But when there is an adjective used between two as's, it must be a linking verb. Okay? Now let's see it in the examples. Like he walk. Walking is not a linking verb. So slowly must be an adverb, right? So he walks as slowly as possible. He walks as slowly as me, for example. I walk slowly, and he also walks slowly. So we compare him with me, okay? So both of us walk slowly. So we are talking about a kind of comparison now that are similar, not talking about differences. In that video, when we talked about like taller or more beautiful, we talked about the differences. We focused on the differences. We talked about the differences between, for example, two people or two objects, right? Like, for example, she walks faster than me. It means that she walks fast, but I don't walk fast. But now he walks as slowly as me, for example. It means that both of us walk the same way, in the same manner, all right? Or the same speed, actually. This is how we use the adverb between two as structures, okay? Now, how about an adjective? This is my classic example. Benz is as fast as BMW. Benz is as fast as BMW. As plus adjective plus as, and then another noun, for example. Okay? So the rest of the sentence. As you can see, to be is a linking verb. That's why we understand this is an adjective. Okay? There is another way, again, we can change it, or we can talk about the same idea, meaning talking about similarities rather than differences. Similarity. Just like this structure, but using the same instead of as. The same. But if you use the same, mind you have to be careful. We use a noun afterwards. The same plus noun plus as, not adjective. What's the noun for fast or slow? Speed. Right? The noun for fast or slow, which are opposites, the noun for these two adjectives are speed. All right? For big, for example, this house or this room is as big as the other one. Now change it to the same structure. Size. Yes, exactly. We use size. Okay? So big and small, the noun is size. The same size as. Right? The same size as. So you could use any nouns in that regard in this structure, which is the same structure. It functions the same. Its meaning is somehow the same. If not the same, there is slight difference, so it's similar, to be on the safe side. Anyway, okay, now we come down to the last formula, which is as many or much. Then again, you have to use a noun, just like the same noun, but here we didn't have a kind of distinction between different groups of noun. Well, when you use many, we know it already that we have to use a countable noun. I used C for countable. It's the initial letter for countable. And U for uncountable nouns. Okay? So many is followed by only, and only a countable noun. Not only countable noun, but also plural form, in plural form. Be careful. All right? But what about much? Well, obviously, uncountable noun. An uncountable noun, there is only one group. We don't have plural forms. There's only one group, and it comes in that form. Okay? Now, let's have a look at the examples. Let's see. I have as many books as you or as you do. You can also continue. All right? So I have as many books as you, or as many books as you do. As many books. Be careful, not book. Yes. Many books, right? Book is a countable word, and not only countable, but it's also plural, right? So as many books, as many cars, as many houses, right? As many phones, cell phones. Well, how about much? She has as much money as him, or as he does. All right? As much money. Money is uncountable. Much is followed by only, and only uncountable now. There's only one form, and that's it. All right? So this is how we talk about comparisons, especially comparisons of objects, people, and so on and so forth, in terms of similarities, resemblance, not differences. In the other video, we talked about differences. So if you have any questions, you can leave your comments below. Until another video, take care.